welcome back to Aqua World. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Camera, Aqua Girl, and how am I doing? You're wondering? I'm doing better than yesterday. How are you? Same, better than yesterday? Okay, cool. That's all that matters, okay? I just wanted to read from this Acts of Faith book before I go into the house. I just left the gym. Today I went to strength class, which is a class I started going to back in around my birthday in like February. And I kind of fell off. I want to say I hadn't been to the class maybe in about a month or so. So I was like, let me go today. Let me make sure I go today because I miss it. It's fun. And so, I made it today. And one of the ladies was even like, where you been? Where you been at? Even though you don't need to be here. But I'm just like, she's like, you go to school? I'm like, no. I said, honestly, I just kind of forgot about it. But then I thought about it, like, oh, I miss it. So, I thought that was nice that she was like, where you been at? So, anywho, June the 7th, I feel like I keep like, look here, look at the camera, like, look at the camera, look here. Girl, I'm looking all over the place. That's why. We'll see what looks best when I review this. But anywho, June 7th, 2023, Gemini season. Come on, let's get it. If you are on a road to nowhere, find another road. When we are when we are following the wrong teachings or philosophy, we get stuck. We do not evolve. Life just doesn't seem to come together. We see the same people saying and doing the same things. We may all be in agreement, but we still are not growing. We may know there is something better somewhere. We may want or need more, but because we don't know exactly what it is, we stay stuck in what is familiar. Could it possibly be that it is time to move on, shift gears, get back to basics? Okay? Open our minds, try something new. Well, we will never know until we try. The only way to really be sure we are on the right track is to derail ourselves for just a moment and see what the new direction beckons. Okay? And the affirmation of the day is, I am willing to make a change. I am willing to make a change. I am willing to make a change. Okay, say it. Your turn. Perfect. One more time. One last time, because you gotta say it 3 times. Willing to make a change, baby. Come on. Because I know I am. I feel like I'm just in this constant place of like, okay, change. I've already have done so much changing, but I am just always thinking like, just even when it comes to my birth chart on some astrology stuff, like I am really the butterfly. That's why the butterfly speaks to me, because I am constantly transforming for sure. I feel like all of us as human beings are, constantly transforming and changing. However, like I said, my birth chart stuff is just like, that's like deep in my stuff, like constantly dying and becoming anew, dying and becoming anew. So, what is the reflection? Reflect on a time when you had to derail yourself completely in order to get back on track. What did it look like? What did you learn? Reflect on a time when you had to derail yourself completely in order to get back on track. Let's see. The last job that I had, which was working at a boutique, I stopped working there in November. And then after that, I didn't have a job until February. So that was basically about 2 months where I was unemployed and kind of looking for a job and things. And, throughout those 2 months, it was difficult. It was very trying on me. I have, a video about those times. Maybe I could like link it here or something. What did it look like in order for you to get back on track? I know that I was doing Uber and DoorDash during that time because I needed to make money. I didn't have a job and I felt like nothing was really calling me back. Another thing with applying for jobs on Indeed, scams, okay? I don't like Indeed anymore, and that's what I was using back then. But anywho, so it looked like constantly getting up basically every day, like DoorDash and Uber Eats was my day job. Like getting up and going out for the whole day and doing those two food delivery services. And at first, I was only doing one. I was only doing DoorDash. And then I got hip to Uber. And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I could start doing both of them at the same time. So then I would start to do that. And I did notice that I would make more money with Uber versus DoorDash. But, I still would do what I can. And yeah, it was hard. It was difficult because I was doing a lot of driving. As I see a butterfly, I just love when I see butterflies. It's just such a deep confirmation for me and just like, you're doing great. You're doing lovely. Okay, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Thank you. Thank you, beautiful butterfly. Oh, as it flutters off. I'm sorry, I'm just so in awe and in love. Anywho, it was hard. It was hard times. And what did I learn? I learned that you got to do what you got to do. I had to do what I had to do. I couldn't just, stay in the house and complain and I mean, I could have, but I was like, I got to make some shake. I can't just sit here and just wait for something to fall out the sky and happen for me. Like, I got to go out there and do something, right? So I did, and I started to make money, and then I got a job at Olive Garden, and then I worked at Olive Garden for a month. Was it a month? I feel like I worked there for a month, and then I got scouted to the restaurant I'm at now. And yeah, and it's funny. Last night, I was talking with my mom when I got home from work, and she was like, I was thinking that, how you're a host. I'm a host, and me and an old friend of mine, we used to host these parties, like back in our early 20s, right? We would host parties. We hosted like paint and sip events, and they were really fun. And so it's funny because I always like think about those times. My mom was like, remember when you guys used to do that? And now you're in hosting now, right? And she's just like, that's interesting. I'm like, yeah, it's funny that you say that because I've thought about that too, because I see myself hosting parties, like having my own parties, events, and being the host. And yeah, just bringing people together, having great times, having fun, music, just activities, like not just people just standing around listening to music, like actual people, engaging with each other type thing. So, and also at my job, I've only been there for 2 months now, my new job. And they asked if I could help the events manager, which the events manager was the person who scouted me from Olive Garden. He's the one who saw me and brought me into this new restaurant. And so they're like, yeah, would you be able to, maybe help him out some days of the week? We'll see what we can do, and also help us with some administrative, work. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I think this is good for me to, just be in that event space because, like I said, that's what I'm going to be doing. I see myself throwing these events, throwing these parties. I feel like that's who I am. I'm good at that. But I had to go through all that stuff to get here. You know what I'm saying? I had to try something new. I had to make a change. I had to, shift gears. This is kind of random, but I also was thinking about today how, how you get around certain people and it's just like, wow, all you really do is you just complain. You complain, and I get venting to people and things, like what's going on, but I feel like if all you do is complain and are constantly saying this is wrong and this is wrong, it's like, what are we doing to fix it? What are you doing to really fix it? Are you doing anything? Oh, okay. So I'm really like noticing that, and I'm not trying, but I feel like I am distancing myself from people like that. Doesn't mean I love them any less, but it's just like, I just can't. So yeah, I'm paying attention to that. I'm paying attention to people who invest in me as well. Like, how you doing, Cam? What's going on with you? Instead of it just being all about them. Yeah, I'm just paying attention to things because I know that I am a very giving person and I want that same energy reciprocated to me. It doesn't mean it has to be to the same, magnitude that I do it, but just, I would love to have that. And not to say that I don't have it, but it's just important that I have that amongst, the people in my life. Because I feel like for a long time I didn't. I would just, be okay with just being the giving person and not receiving anything in return. But, later you start to notice and later you start to realize, no one's really investing in me or my well-being or anything like that. So, but I'm grateful for the people that do. So, and the people that, are willing to and tell me like, I'm here for you. Tell me what I can do for you. Tell me how I can make space for you, whatever. So I appreciate those people very much. But anywho, I'm about to go in the house and take my shoes off and do some grounding on the grass in my front yard. For the whole month of June, I've just been really committed to grounding, putting my feet in the grass every day, whether it's in the morning, whenever. Usually I've been doing it in the morning, but I went to the gym this morning, so I'm going to do it now. It's about 12-ish. So, yeah, just taking time to breathe and connect myself to the earth and just plant my body on something that's real. I just feel like being in the ground like that just reminds me of what's real, and it also just like, I don't know, I feel like it's like draining the whatever is unwanted in my body and putting it into the ground. So, yeah. All right. So that's all I got for today. I hope you have a great day, and whenever you're watching this, or a great night whenever you're watching this. And until next time, bye.